Hey guys, I'm Jerusha and you're watching Jerusha Couture TV. I'm back with another kind of chit-chat video today just to sit here and go over. I found a few topics and I like chatting about them with you guys. More of kind of like reporting the news. Just luxury, high-end fashion and handbag news. Absolutely irrelevant to what's going on in the world, but dare I say, happy escapism, which is much needed. Yes, I don't put disclaimers on any of my content and I never have in 15 years. However, if you are to click on a video or anyone's video where we are talking about very expensive handbags and then need to tell us what's going on in the world, we are well aware. However, just like your favorite TV program, that's what we are. Escapism. So today's video is all around this luxury design house, the one and only Chanel. What is going on? What is the future going to look like? Who knows? So in Australia, we have just had another price increase, which is around 3 to 4%. Roughly yearly for the houses to have price increases, that is around the area that they stay, 3 to 4%. Except with Chanel, it has just been back to back. There has been quite a condensed amount of price increases that has made it very hard to swallow. What I believe has also happened hand in hand with price increases is there has been a turn in quality. I think the house itself has had quite a shake up, a stir up ever since obviously the passing of His Majesty Karl Lagerfeld, and then the exiting of his second and counterpart underneath him in the design studios for so many years, Virginie Viard. She departed as creative director. I think we got some beautiful items out of her and the design team that was with her. And now there is the new creative director coming in, guns blazing, turning it upside down, really shaking up the house, but staying inside the codes, because you always have to with a house that is this established and run inside the same guidelines for this many years. So a couple of my points that I want to bring up, and my main point is that I personally, Jerusha Couture, am priced out of Chanel. Brand new, done, over. I'm not walking back into a Chanel boutique and paying the prices now for these handbags. Even though this Chanel Jumbo in a single flap, not a classic, which is the double flap, this is the single flap Jumbo. Even though this was purchased off the resale market from Fashionphile.com, I walking back into a boutique to purchase this in a Jumbo now for 12,600 Australian dollars would never be happening at all. Not only am I priced out of the idea of bags, but classic bags at that, so that's their highest, essentially next to Minaudier, that's their highest ticket handbags is classics, and then you have Minaudier and one-off handbags that are high price tags as well. Not only am I priced out of that, I'm priced out of their SLGs, their small leather goods. And on top of that, the new creative director is using faux products. So he doesn't believe, I think is the news at hand, he doesn't believe in the treatment of needing to use exotic skin for leather. General calf leather can be used and that's fine, but does not believe in exotic skins, and has used a faux. So a faux croc is being used at the moment in the current collection. Fair enough, not a problem. Not a problem at all. You don't believe in exotics, that's not a problem. But just leave it out of your designs. Don't include it in your collection, because Chanel and faux should never go in the same sentence. Use fabric, that's not a problem. Use denim, that's not a problem. Use beads, that's not a problem. But faux leather, faux exotic, just, it doesn't work with Chanel. That is my personal opinion. So when I saw that come out in the collection, I was just sort of itching my head thinking, how can Chanel charge what probably is Australian $1,200 for that card holder when it is faux? So it's essentially PU. It is polyurethane materials. It's plastic. What do I think? I have asked girls about the quality of the leathers themselves. I personally, again, Jerusha Couture, and you can feel salty watching this video because this is my opinion, and I have a Chanel collection, okay? I have a new Chanel collection as well as vintage, as well as pre-owned resale consignment. But I believe that the materials on the newer collections, Virginie as well, it is not the same quality as vintage or as the previous years. The newer designs, the newer leathers, they've almost got like a plasticky feel to them, and I've felt them in the boutique. It doesn't feel as thick or sumptuous. I've touched the new 25 and it felt a little bit plasticky. In my opinion, that's the truth. Chanel 19s, the increase here is around $300. This beautiful bag is going for $7,200 now at Chanel. What I paid for it, this was new from the boutique, and I think it was, I can go back and look at my videos. I don't know if I tell you how much it is, but I would have paid in the realm of four or five. That was always my point that I could swallow with Chanel, around that 4 or 5. When you're hitting up around Hermes prices, no, I just cannot swallow it. Personally, myself, new from the boutique. However, that does lead me to say, now the entire shelf's empty behind me. That does lead me to say that you can now find the greatest grabs, I don't want to say bargains, you can find the best finds out there on the resale consignment sites. Don't overlook it, don't go past it. Not only are they at great prices right now, because of these price increases, you can find styles that have gone past seasons, past collections. You can get your hands on them. So don't sleep on it. When you see it, grab it. It will most probably always have a return policy, 30-day return policy. Get it in your hands. See the quality. There is nothing like the past collections from Chanel, truthfully. Now I just have them all lined up here. How cute. What does this mean for the future of Chanel? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because we sit here, we rant, we talk, there's reviews about price increases, changes of directors, things like that. It won't stop. It is a machine that has been going for, I should know this off the top of my head, I don't, 100 and something years, okay? And it will keep going, and it will keep churning out new designs, and it will keep doing amazing runways, and it will move through directors, whether you like this director now or not, it will. That is just the evolution of fashion. We can harp and carry on about it, but it will just carry on. So that is my opinion for what it is worth. I did want to note the price increases again here in Australia. In Europe, it will be probably the only place in the world where it is far less to shop Chanel, because obviously motherland, France. So that is just how it is. We have cargo, we have tax, we have all these things, and we're a very small island at the bottom of the planet. I just wanted to make a topic about it because at this point I am priced out for new Chanel in the boutique, 100%, all the way down to SLGs. Probably the only thing I could possibly be happy with parting money with is fashion jewelry. And do I invest in fashion jewelry really much anymore? No. Brooches I'm happy with. Meh, but that is about it. Handbags, it's not happening unless it's on the resale consignment websites, and I will be excited to update you on more of that in videos to come. For now, that is my video on the topic of Chanel and price increases. What do you think? Is Chanel over? Are you priced out? Please let me know in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. Are you priced out too, like me? If you enjoyed this video, guys, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already and you wish to do so, there is a subscribe button below, guys. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Peace. Let's go party.